human body, there are more than 650 muscles, but for our exam, we need to know at least 10% of those. You can say give or take like 65. A few more things, the model I will show you. But let's go over from the scalp to the toes, all those important muscles we have. One around mouth is orbicularis, oris, because oris means mouth. Then the muscle for mastication, side of the your mandible that is needed to masticate, to chew food. This is the masseter muscle. Big muscle, massive muscle, strong muscle. From the zygomatic bone, the muscle coming here is the zygomaticus major. So you can easily remember that. We have the buccinator muscle. If you go to the side, that is the muscle called buccinator, because that makes the face like this. When we do like this, our cheek goes inside. That is the muscle working here, buccinator. One last muscle here is this mentalis. So when you do like this, you see your chin goes up. That is the muscle over here, the mentalis. See this very big muscle here? It shapes like a trapezium in the geometry. You know the trapezium? So this muscle is called trapezius. Very superficial, but it covers a lot of those things up to the clavicle and here in the back. The upper one, this is semi-spinalis. Then splenius capitis, splenius cervicis. So semi-spinalis, splenius, these are the muscles here that actually extend our head. Okay, keep it like that. Let's look at that hyoid bone, that white one. The muscle between hyoid and the mandible, that is the mylohyoid. This one, that makes the floor of the mouth. From sternum to hyoid, this muscle is sternohyoid. So sternum and hyoid is between the thyroid cartilage and this hyoid bone, which will be thyrohyoid. This is the latissimus dorsi muscle. Latissimus, it is used to climbing. So this is the spine of the scapula. Above the scapula, we have supraspinatus. Below this, we have infraspinatus. That is a big muscle. It's called subscapularis. Look at this shape here. This is another shape of the rhomboid muscle. Two muscles here, rhomboideus minor and rhomboideus major. See, there's the big muscle called pectoralis major, and underneath the pectoralis major there should be the pectoralis minor. Intercostal muscle between the costa. Costa means ribs. So all those ribs are connected. External intercostal, internal intercostal muscles. Saw shape. That's why this muscle is called serratus. Serratus anterior diaphragm. Diaphragm is between thorax, thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. So that is important for breathing, for respiration. The 5-pack, 6-pack muscle that people usually mention, this is the rectus abdominis. Right? Rectus abdominis. And then we have external oblique muscle, like this, like a pocket shape, going downwards, medial. And then the other one is going the opposite direction, upwards. That is the internal oblique muscle. Inside, third layer, you see that it is transverse. So you can see all these 3 layers here: external, internal, and the transverse abdominis. 3 layers of muscle. And then in front we have you see the deltoid muscle, because it is shapes like a triangle. So deltoid triangle, big muscle that is used for intramuscular injection. The upper arm, we have those muscles, very interesting muscle, biceps brachii. because there is another biceps femoris in the lower part. We'll come to that point. So this one is the biceps muscle. When we flex our muscle, this is the one that works. And why biceps? Because it has two heads. Bi means two. On the other side, we have this muscle called triceps because it has three heads. So biceps here, triceps on the other side. That makes the hand extended. In between those two, we have brachialis. Biceps, triceps, and in between we have brachialis muscle. Here we have brachioradialis, right on this side, brachioradialis in the forearm. And then we have flexor carpi radialis. Carpi means carpal. So the wrist joint, if I want to flex it, this muscle will work. Flexor carpi radialis on the radial side, flexor carpi ulnaris on this ulnar side. Okay? And in between palmaris longus. So all these muscles are flexor muscles that makes this joint to flex, makes the fingers to flex as well. These are the muscles. Some other minor muscles also there. Another interesting pronator. This is the position of hand called supination. This is pronation. So when I make the hand to pronate, that's the muscle will work. You can see it is oblique muscle. It pulls the hand like this. Pronation. If there is a pronator, definitely there will be something called supinator, which is underneath that extensor part. We have muscles here, extensor. You see, all the names are extensor here. Extensor carpi ulnaris, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi radialis. So these are all extensor muscles. This side flexor, other side extensor. Hand muscles, you can remember just two names, lumbricals and interossei. Between those carpal bones, those muscles are there, very fine muscles are there. Start with maximus, gluteus maximus. Like I mentioned, the Russell Crowe in Gladiator, his name was Maximus. You can easily remember that's the big muscle. When we stand upright from sitting position, this is the muscle we use. So if this is a maximus, there is another one, medius, medial one, used for injection in the butt. Butt injection is given right over here. Another muscle underneath is the small one, minimus. So rectus femoris. Here is another rectus. So we have rectus abdominis here. This is rectus femoris on top of the femur bone, right? It's longest bone. Both sides we have two vastus, vastus medialis on the medial side, vastus lateralis, outer side, lateral side. And if I remove this rectus, then I will see underneath another muscle called this vastus intermedius over here. So these four muscles together, they are quadriceps. Sartorius, very interesting muscle. You see, sartorius means tailor. People who used to use the clothing sewing, they had a position like this, so they make this sartorius muscle. The name came after that. Long, narrow, going from one side to another. That's the position of tailor muscle. We have psoas muscle coming from the lumbar area, and iliacus from the ilium of the hip bone. So together, psoas and iliacus, together we say iliopsoas. We have some adductor muscles here, adductor longus, because adductor means going inwards. When we move this muscle to the midline, these muscles will work. The limb goes to the medial side. Back of the thigh, we have hamstring. Hamstring, interesting name. Here we have biceps femoris. So you can correlate. Another biceps was here, biceps brachial. This one biceps femoris. Then semitendinosus, this tendon-like thing. And underneath that, here and there, a bit flat muscle, semi-membranosus. And these three muscles together, they are called hamstring. The lower part of the leg, we have a belly muscle. Why belly? Because this is the gastrocnemius. Gastro is the stomach for, the word means stomach. This muscle looks like a belly of the leg, and underneath that, if I remove these two, I can show you another muscle called soleus. So gastrocnemius outside, soleus inside. And this is a very important tendon. Only few tendons we discuss in the class. This one is calcaneal tendon, also known as tendo-Achilles. That's the name of Achilles, you know, the son of Zeus in the movie Troy, played by Brad Pitt. Okay, so what else? In the front of the leg, we have a few more muscles here. Close to the tibia, this is the tibia bone, the shin bone. We have tibialis anterior. So that makes sense. It is the front of the tibia, tibialis anterior. Here we have the fibula muscle. So fibularis brevis, fibularis longus. In between, extensor digitorum. Why is that extensor? Because this muscle is going to extend, or you can say dorsiflex those toes. Okay, so that is the muscle work every time we do this thing. And the rest of the muscle, they go underneath in different direction to make it plantar flexion. Model. This is the skeletal muscle model. So how to remember that? First, multinucleated. You see, more than one nucleus. And they don't branch, it's not branching. Multinucleated, striated. So three things I should remember: multinucleated, striated, and no branching. Whereas, if I take a cardiac muscle, first, you see striated, and you see the black line, those are the intercalated disc. Black lines, intercalated disc. And they are branching. You see that very clearly. The cells are fused together, so we see that branching. So these are cardiac muscle. Every time the muscle can work and make it like one palm together. Last but not least, this is our smooth muscle. And clearly you can see that muscle is smooth, single nucleus, and no striation. So clearly define those three muscles with the model, and we need to know those important